You're important. Many people in this world don't feel important. I, for one, was struggling with this thought for many years. Being adopted gave me this feeling of not being important, not being wanted. My parents handed me over to strangers. I had to grow to like them and follow their rules. I even had to learn a whole new language. I never understood why they felt I was important enough for them to take me in. As they are Germans and I am Mexican, and back in the 1990s, being adopted into a mixed family was a bit taboo. At school, I felt overlooked and a child that was dramatic. Teachers always told me I was stupid and I was lucky to have been saved by my adoptive parents. Every child is important. We are all here put on this earth for a reason. Sometimes we don't know what the reason is, but at the end we will figure it out with time. When we look at the trees that grow together like a forest, they all have a purpose. They make a forest. But because they work together, they are important because they give us oxygen to breathe, shade for when it's hot in the summer. Mother Nature is so beautiful and unique and interesting. It doesn't matter how big the tree is, how fat the trunk is of a tree, how flexible the branches are, what color the branches are, what color the leaves are. It doesn't matter so long you do the job. The flowers give us the color and the bees who give us honey. The flowers give us joy and bright colors to the landscape. Some flowers are edible in our salads, and others we can use to put in soap and paper and other beautiful projects. All plants are important. To our environment, we need them to survive. If we work together, we can make this planet a better place. A lot of children and a lot of young adults are a bit lost when it comes to being important. Like I said in our other video and the other topic with society leads this idea of how the young adults should act, should look, and should be. And if you don't, then you don't part of the group, which then gives the child and the young adult the feeling of not being important. I'm not the skinniest person on the planet, but I'm also not the fattest. I grew up with very athletic family members. My sister is studying sports and went to a school specifically for sport. And my other sister, she's just very active, always horseback riding every other day, running, taking the dogs on a walk. My father used to bike to work every other day, and my mother goes on jogs every morning. I always found it hard to work out because it was so implanted in my family's routine, and because I saw myself as an outsider and not part of the family, I made it harder for myself to get to where they were physically. I didn't feel important. I didn't feel like I belonged in this family. As I grew older, I started to wonder, what is the purpose of my life? And what is the reason? And I'm still trying to figure that out today. It's not easy. But one thing I tell myself is I am important. As a teacher, I am important. We are all important. And for me, my reasoning of why I'm important is because I'm a teacher. I teach young children English, music, and photography. Having young children look up to me and learn from what I know, it's amazing. I can now share my wisdom and what I learned in my youth and give it to the children, the next generation, and remind them that they are just as important as we are. You are important, and don't forget that.